Welcome to my life adventures. I'm the one and only Monica the Spirit Queen. I'm a professional psychic medium and a paranormal investigator. My crew and I lurk in the shadows at night, hunting spirits and demons. I do readings, break black magic spells, travel, expose fake psychics, and have clients from around the world. I'm no nonsense when it comes to respect and honesty. I have a crazy busy life, but I love it. My family keeps me going with their love and support. I will never give up, no matter what demons I have to face. The story behind this nonsense is that this family a couple of months ago contacted me, and the husband was crossing the line by contacting me at all hours, making phone calls, emailing me. I mean, it was ridiculous. So finally, I decided I'm going to refuse my services to them. And when I refused my services to them due to lack of common sense and disrespect, not even caring about my business hours and thinking that I'm just going to be an on-call 24 hours, 7 days a week psychic, which is not the truth, I respectfully rejected and I said, I don't want to take your case on. Go to somebody that's fake. After that, I got many apologies and just harassment after harassment of emails asking for forgiveness. So finally, I said, okay, you know what? I heard their story. They have a little boy. I said, I'm going to go ahead and give him another chance, which was my mistake. Come to find out, hearing their story, apparently this family, who is originally from India, had gone to some witch doctor or whatever they want to call it and had all these black magic nasty spells put on them and the whole family. Also, on top of that, when they moved to Australia, they had gone to a so-called psychic there where she redirected them the wrong way, told them to come to America, that things were going to get better in America when in fact it did not. And she had put all kinds of black magic spells on them as well. So when I decided to take the case on, of course this is not a cheap case. Of course my prices are a lot lower than others, but I decided to give them a really good discount, give them a really good deal. I felt bad. I heard their sob stories. See, people like this that come around and come across me are the ones that should be and are at fault for me not wanting to hear anybody's sob stories anymore. I have heard everything up until now, and I'm done hearing sob stories. If you have a sob story, I'm sorry, you could go to somebody fake, but I take serious inquiries only. So apparently this family has a lot of voodoo, or had a lot of voodoo, had a lot of black magic on them, and they were desperate for my help. I found out that this family came here on a work visa. Sean, the husband, had a work visa, and he told me how things were a little tough at work. And this is right before this pandemic happened and before the lockdown. Fast forward a little bit, after I took their case on, I decided to take care of not just this family, but they asked me to take care of Sean's side of the family. He named quite a few people, including his brother, that you're going to hear him mentioning later on in this video. And then Lynette claiming to be Luna. Okay, I don't like fake aliases. I mean, say what your name is. Don't claim something fake online. She gave me a little bit of a problem in the beginning. But again, I stayed professional. I decided, okay, I had a talk with her. Of course, I had to put her in her place a couple of times and told her to watch her attitude, watch how she talks to me, because I'm not obligated to do what I'm doing for them. I could have just easily dropped their case a long time ago, but I decided to keep doing it because I felt bad for their little boy. Lynette had her own issues with her own family, and she gave me a list of literally about 7, 8 people, if not more. So this is the funny part. She was talking about how when they were in India and they went to this witch doctor, it was on her subconscious because they participated in this black magic ritual where they decapitated and killed a rooster. She did. She even asked me to look into it and see what happened to the rooster's soul and spirit after she killed it. Now, this family has caused so much damage on themselves, and when I took their case on, I decided to fix it for them. They knew. I explained it to them. I have other recordings many times that I only do spiritual work. fast forward a little bit more. I kept in contact with this family this whole time. Come to find out, they started trying to take advantage of the case, basically taking my kindness for weakness. I would get text messages and phone calls from each of them at a time, telling me or asking me, well, since you're working on your case, can you look into that? Can you look into this? Now they were going a little overboard and trying to push it a little bit. I get paid for what I work. I don't do any extra work, and I don't work for free. Once this quarantine hit, I found out that Sean had lost his job, just like everyone else. I mean, he was already about to lose his job. He knew he was going to lose his job a month before, and he told me about it, but that had nothing to do with me. When we discussed it, Sean said that his boss is letting go a handful of people, and he's one of them. So he had a month to find a job. I was really close to the end of their case. Again, getting updates from them and me giving them updates, I found out that things were a lot better. They were very appreciative. They could sleep better at nights. They were happier. Their son didn't have any more spiritual attacks or any issues like that. They didn't have any spiritual attacks, and I was on the right track with this case. Come to find out later on, this family was going to get deported. Sean contacted me, and he's freaking out. And again, this is right before the quarantine happened, and he was freaking out, and he asked me, he said, is there anything you can do to help me with the job? Now, I don't play God. I don't claim to be God. I can't make miracles happen that way. I can make miracles happen on the spiritual side, and I can open doors of opportunity, but I can only do so much on my end, including the cleansing I do, which I've cleansed this family multiple times, and I did not even charge them extra for it. You have to actually work in order to achieve and be successful. Now, I explained to them, I said, this is going to be a couple-week process. I can start opening doors of opportunity. I can start doing a money spell where Sean and Lynette both can get a job and they can move to California. But I've also explained that they have to do the physical part on their end and start looking for a job. Sean had a couple of job opportunities where he was supposed to get an interview and get the job and all this stuff, and he was really worried about it. And I told him, I said, again, this is a work that you want me to do on top of it and aside from the original case I took on. So I explained to them, I said, this is going to be a couple-week process. If you guys want to retain me weekly until you get the job and you move and you get situated, I'd be happy to do that. Again, I even gave them a discount on that because they were crying about money at that time. Sean didn't do any of those. He did not take any of my advice. They told me that they did not want to and they couldn't afford to pay me for the second job they want me to do. And I said, okay, well, whenever you guys are ready, I'm here. The last time I spoke with them was a couple of weeks ago, and I explained to Sean, I am done with your case. Give me about a week. Let me do one more final cleansing on you guys. You're good to go. Things were okay. And by then, Sean had lost his job, but he was trying to blame it on me for a minute until I corrected him. I'm sorry, but if you're coming to our country in the United States of America, you have to work just like I work, just like everyone else works. You have to work to take care of yourself and your family if you choose. If you're comfortable in Australia or in India, then don't come to the United States and don't cry about it. Yes, life is tough. Yes, life is hard for everybody. I am not going to take responsibility, nor am I responsible for any of their situation. They have some immigration issues. They have work issues. They have personal family issues. I only take care of the spiritual side. I don't know how many times I've mentioned it to this family. They are sour about it because I refuse to work for free. The last time, a couple of weeks ago, I spoke with Sean, I did mention to him, I said, I know you guys are in this financial distress. You lost your job. You're not the only one that lost their job. Hundreds of thousands of people around the world lost their job due to this quarantine. You can either look for another job and get another job and stop being so picky at what you want to work at, or you can go back to where you came from. Simple as that. But don't stick me in the middle of your personal and financial and immigration issues and problems. I could have easily contacted immigration. I could have easily turned them in and say that this guy is not working and this, but I'm not an evil person like that. So they did take my kindness for weakness. But I also did explain to them that they need to stay positive. I know it's easier said than done. I know times are hard right now, but they need to stay positive as much as they can so they cannot continuously keep
creating these negative energies around them like they have been doing, basically flushing my hard work down the drain. I told them to stay positive and things will fall into its place. And, you know, just like everyone else struggling to find a job and get a job, and you know, you can, I gave them options and alternatives. You can be an Uber driver. You could deliver food. A lot of people are doing that right now, and I understand that. But the fact is, his wife, who was not and is not woman enough to talk to me and contact me, ended up making this false review on Yelp about me. And it's not cool. It's really not cool. I don't like to help people that are very unappreciative. Instead of thanking me for helping them and saving their lives when it comes to this black magic that everyone around them was attacking them on, instead of being appreciative and thanking me for my hard work that I spend so many hours and put so much energy and time and money into their work I did for them, she had the balls to talk shit about me on Yelp. And you will hear in the next video that I just had enough. I called to confront them. I called Lynette. She didn't answer her phone, which I was not expecting her to answer. So I called Sean. And, you know, with every recording, I let them know that I record. So he knew that he was being recorded. He just wanted to be a smartass. In the beginning, you guys heard me. You will hear me being really, really, really cool about it. But I'm going to say one thing. If somebody crosses the line and tries to walk all over me and take advantage of my work after I'm done with their case, thinking it's all over with and they could say and do what they want and not appreciate it, well, they got something coming for them. I told Sean I'm going to reverse everything I've done. And if I reverse everything I've done for them, it's going to get worse for them. So he took it as a threat, and I told him, I said, you know, everybody knows me. I don't make threats. I keep promises. I suggest, and you know, in all fairness, I give everybody one warning until they get my wrath, and then they see how serious I am. I said, I'm giving you one warning. Tell your wife, one chance, take down the Yelp review, and if not, my wrath is gonna come your way, and it's not going to be pretty. They're on the verge of being homeless, they got evicted, but again, that has nothing to do with me. That was their stupidity for whatever the case is. And you know, when you're here on a work visa and a pandemic happens and a quarantine happens and all this, you know, people start losing their jobs, there's nothing anybody could do about it. But Sean's family was at risk, and Sean knew that. And him being a man of the family, he should have done a lot better job and worked a lot harder to keep his family here instead of crying about it and depending on magic. I've explained to them, this is real life, this is reality. Yes, I do take care of the spiritual side. Yes, I do open doors of opportunity, but you have to do the physical part yourself. I cannot go to job interviews for you. I cannot look for jobs for you. That's not my job. That's not what I do. You as a man failed to keep your family in this country. You as a man failed to take care of your family and keep your family safe. You as a man failed to keep a roof over your family's head and to provide food and money. That's not my problem. That has nothing to do with me. So if she does not take the fake slandered review down from Yelp, because I have never gotten a bad review, once I reverse this, I'm basically unleashing the devil. And again, that is not my fault. That's their problem. I'm not going to let somebody walk all over me, take advantage of my work, throw all my hard work down the drain, and then bitch and cry and whine about it just because they couldn't do something that they were supposed to do on their end. So enjoy the rest of this video and let me know what you guys think. Love you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate all your support. I'm going to have the link to my podcast when I did a podcast with Steve DiShiavi from Dead Files. I will put the link in the description so you guys can hear that as well and see the video on my channel and listen to the full podcast on my podcast channel, which I will put the link to it. I want you guys to enjoy. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you guys. Take care.
And Donnie.
And Donnie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Not too good. Not too good. We just got back. Just got back from going through obviously a lot, and we are just being evicted from the house for no apparent reason. So we are pretty much just packed up, ready to go to Australia.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What you said your father just passed away?
Yes, that was on the 16th of April. Like, I just came to know through my sister. Obviously my brother is the only one who knew about it. He didn't tell any of us.
Mm-hmm.
My father was going through stage 4 cancer that no one knew until when he was just admitted. And I left on the 7th. 7th of April. I was in quarantine for 2 weeks. So and he passed away in the first week, basically in quarantine.
I'm sorry to hear that. I did receive your message. I've just been extremely busy, especially with the quarantine.
Yeah.
My clients have been a lot more patient and understanding because, I do have my own family as well. I do have a life myself, and, I had to make sure that my family always comes first no matter what, and I had to make sure that my kids are okay. So, I'm sorry, one second, I was getting a phone call. Okay. So, I've been meaning to get back
Yeah.
to you the last 2 weeks. It's just I've been extremely busy. And I actually wanted to call and catch up and see what's going on with you guys. And like the last time we spoke, the work that I did, I said I had 1 more week left just to do the final cleansing and all that stuff. But remember I told you about the negative energies that you guys could create your own negative. I mean, we all can, create our own negative energies around us, and that's why a lot of people come to me for cleansing. But I did explain, things are not going to be perfect, and I did offer additional help as far as financially getting you guys a place and getting you a job and all this other stuff and opening doors of opportunity. And I understand, financially it's hard, and you guys said that you couldn't afford it, which is fine. But creating,
Yeah, definitely not without a job. I mean, without a job and now without a place. I mean,
Okay.
and that's
there's no
understandable.
way.
That's completely understandable. But I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but your wife went on Yelp and put a really nasty review about me, and I'm not too happy about that.
And the way it was put, it almost sounded like uh, threatening, like we didn't get, if you don't get us to stay here in the United States. It made me feel very uncomfortable to where I'm almost going to call Homeland Security or a different agency to look into it, because I'm not appreciative of what was put on there or what I feel like she's trying to do or take advantage of.
I mean, for a while you guys said that everything I did worked out, things were getting a lot better. But again, with the situation of financial status, things do happen. I'm not God. I can't create miracles.
Oh no. I think it's just more on the problems about what is actually really. I mean, you're talking about basically like nothing really sort of happened for us in a way that actually sort of like helped us in any way. You know what I mean? So the job was gone, and
Right, but I have nothing to do with the job thing, though. You already know that. I told you I was going to.
But I mean, like,
Well, I
nothing
did
really
break.
moved. Like,
I
we just
did
want
break
you
a lot of
quietly.
curses. I did break a lot of the curses that were happening. It's not my fault. You guys, went to all these people that screwed you guys up, and all I did was clean up everyone else's mess. And then I did keep, in touch and gave you guys updated, and you guys gave me updated, and everything was fine. But then things went downhill with you guys with the job, and I even offered to help with that. So for her to do that, I mean, I don't think it's the smartest or the wisest thing. I really don't think that. If I were her, I would take the review down today, because I'm not here to play games. I'm not here to play games. And I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm just letting you know I can easily reverse everything I did. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be forced to do that, but
It's not about that,
for her
Monica.
to
Just,
do that to me and to go behind my back, I
have
mean,
gone through a lot. We have gone through a lot for what we've done in terms of trying to get help.
right.
And we just feel that obviously there was nothing much that things were getting worse. Things were getting really, really worse for us up to the point I lost my dad. And I lost my dad, I lost my job, I lost everything, you know what I mean? Basically what I've worked hard for, what we've worked hard for the last 2.5 years of being here, nothing really changed.
But you know what? A lot of
Really
people,
changed, and
a
we
lot
just,
of people lost their jobs during the quarantine.
my brother got the better of me, so he still is doing a lot of bad things to me, and we're getting hit. We're not in the best of health. We're not. We're literally down to the streets now. That's how we're, compared to what we were, right down to the streets, literally in the streets.
But that has nothing to do with me, though. I'm not the one that created all the problems with you guys. I was here to fix it.
Monica. You gotta understand, we didn't create it either.
Well,
We didn't want the problem.
no, you did not. You know you did not, but I did explain to you that you did create the problems by going to the wrong people. And I was here cleaning up everyone else's mess, but yet I'm the one that gets the shit end of it.
The main problem was my brother. He is the main person. So that's where he's the one who's been constantly doing it. And I think you brought it about in your initial, sort of analysis and everything like that. But then he's still constantly doing anything. So it's not really another random people anyway. He's just the one person who's been causing us grief, for all the time, every single time since the start of time for us, and it doesn't seem to end.
And I completely understand that. And remember, we had a talk when I said, look, there's thousands of spells out there. And I explained this to all my clients in the beginning, like I did to you guys. I can break the ones that they put on you. Okay? And I've even told you this. We've had an open communication this whole time. I even answered the text messages. I even called you after hours, which I didn't have to. And I told you, I said, there is a possibility that even though I'm breaking these spells, it doesn't mean they can't go back and try to put other spells on you. And I said, if that happens, you call me or you text me immediately and I'll be happy to look into it. And every time you guys messaged me, I looked into it, I took care of it, everything was fine. If it's your brother that can't, what do you want me to do? I can't kill the guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't kill the guy. I can only go back and put a stop to what he's doing at that time and go ahead and break, the black magic spells if he does put more on it. But I can't physically pin him down and put a gun to his head and said, don't do that. That's not me. I don't do that. I work only the spiritual side. And I'm thinking that you guys thought that, I'm playing God and I could just snap my fingers and magically fix everything for you guys. The financial part has nothing to do with the case that I was working on.
No, I understand that. You know what I mean? It's not more towards the financial side. I think because this is a sort of a result of what he's been trying to achieve. Ultimately, his motive from the start, as he's physically even mentioned to me in many occasions, that he wants to see me go down. He wants to see me in the streets. He wants me to lose my job. He wants me to sort of go without a house and beg in the streets. So that's literally what he's achieved right now.
Right.
We literally gone to that stage where we haven't got nothing to go to, nothing to go back to, and we're sort of stuck here and with a child. So at least if I had a roof over my head, I wouldn't be talking about it. But we're literally in the streets, and there's no one there for us except us at the very moment now. So we've been pretty much just packing up our bag and no idea where we're going to go, what we're going to do in the current situation in the pandemic. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, I do.
The situation is, I don't know whether any of your sort of clients or anyone has faced the situation, but we are literally in the streets at the moment now. Literally. You know what I'm trying to say? So We don't have any place to go to. We need to find a way to get all our stuff. We got like about a whole container full of stuff for 2.5 years, all the stuff we brought from Australia. Going to cost us about $20,000. I'm not kidding you. $20,000 to get back home, and literally to nowhere. We don't know where we're going to go. So how are we going to come up with that kind of money? No idea. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's
No,
it's
I do
literally
understand.
about-
Sean, real quick, I'm sorry. I do understand the financial part. I do understand the struggles. I do understand the frustration. I have a handful of clients that ended up losing their jobs because of this coronavirus, okay? But they didn't go and write a bad review and put it on me because I have nothing to do with this. And what upsets me is your wife could have contacted me. I know you tried contacting me, and again, the last 2 weeks I've been extremely busy, and that's really understandable. But I understand your desperate situation. There's only so much I could do on the spiritual part. And I think that she was thinking I was going to be a miracle worker for her with the money part, and I've already explained that's not how it works. So for her to do that, I suggest her to remove that. I suggest for her to remove it.
It's not about the, let me just tell you that, the last 2 months of the going through the agony of being in a country where we are not even being able to see my father and going through all the stress in this. I think it's not really something which we can sort of say that, hey, everyone's gone through that. No, that's not fair to say that, so what is the worst case scenario? People have done that, so yeah, I don't know what to say.
But your personal life has nothing to do with me. I'm a professional worker and I take care of cases, and I feel like because I said yes, I'm going to take care of everything. I explained I take care of the spiritual work. Now, if you guys wanted me to take care of the financial part as far as opening doors of opportunity, remember I said I could do my part, but you also have to do your part and actually go out there and look for a job, and you know what I'm saying? You have to do the physical part if I'm going to do the spiritual part.
It's not even the financial part, to be honest. It's the mental stability, the mental stress of what we went through. Ignoring the financial aspect is purely the mental agony.
But again, how is that my fault? How is that my fault, though? What did I do?
No. I'm talking about the fact that this is something which is meant to be cleared, right, in terms of my brother. But he's constantly, I haven't even told you what we went through over there. I haven't even started telling. As soon as we got back, literally got back, and we got kicked out by tenants because of the fact that they entered the property without our knowledge. And we just asked, why are these things all here? And we got kicked out because of simply asking and standing out, just asking the fact that why did you enter the property when we were not around and didn't even tell us, So these are the kind of things. This is not financial. This has nothing to do with any of those things. But I'm just saying that.
Well, your wife made it seem like it was financial.
I'm sorry?
Your wife made it seem like it was financial. Did you read the review she wrote?
No. Like I said, I'm busy.
I can send it to you.
Packing up, and we are busy, literally being, sort of okay, we don't know what's going to happen in another 3 weeks.
Well, not busy enough attacking me, though.
I'm legally going to fight it, so it's
not. Obviously, your wife is not busy enough attacking me. I have nothing against you, Sean. You're a decent person. I've given you guys plenty of discounts. I've spent plenty of extra hours helping you guys, and I'm always there, even emotionally and mentally, just to hear you guys talk and hear your problems and all this stuff. I don't normally do that with a lot of people, and I actually really went to bat for you guys and actually try to help as much as I can on the spiritual side. But my issue is your wife could not be woman enough to contact me and talk to me, and she thought I was not going to find out about it. I'm partners with Yelp, just to let you know. And for her to do that,
I'm going to take it legally.
I can make it to where she will be banned from ever getting on Yelp.
I'm going to go legally if they don't take it off.
And I can legally go after her for slander. So I suggest her to take that. I suggest her to take the post down because there's no excuse for it.
Like I said, I'm not gonna speak for that self. Like it's not my comments.
But she is your wife, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand
I
that.
gave him
You know
fair
what I mean? Like,
warning.
I understand that, but she's got that. That's her sort of. Everyone's. I'm just being saying that she's entitled to anyone. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. So I cannot speak for her, and she cannot. Even though yes, she's my wife, but she's not legally obligated to. I cannot sort of control what she does, and she cannot control what I do. So I'm just trying to say that that's something which is like the freedom of whatever she thinks she can do, and that's what I think she's probably done. I haven't seen that. Like I said, I've been busy. I haven't even got a chance to mourn my father's death, which is what I'm trying to do, but we got kicked out. So I'm trying to just pack up our bags and find a way of what the hell we're going to do in the next 4 weeks, or 3 weeks for that matter, on where we're going to go. That's my concern right now. Not about any sort of whatever's happening there, because that's pretty much like done for us here, right? That's the done deal for us here. So I've got to think about what I'm going to do for my family at the moment now. Just like, everyone's family is important to them, for them, my family is very important for me now. And at this very moment, I'm just trying to look to, sort of see what I have to look at what I need to do for my family. That's what is important.
And I understand that, and I have to do what I have to do for my family in order to support it.
Yep.
And I've never gotten a bad review, especially if it was from somebody that has a sour taste in their mouth thinking that I was going to play God and just snap my fingers and make everything better. It doesn't work like that in the real world, and I've explained this to you guys many times. I have a lot of again, in the beginning, I told you I record everything as far as dealing with my clients for this reason, especially when people come back and like your wife and she wants to slander my name.
I was trying to be nice
I
to him,
can,
chance to take it down.
just as quick as you don't want to be involved in it. That's fine. But I'm just letting you know, just as quick as I fix the spiritual side, I can reverse it and I can make it worse, and I don't want to be forced to do that. So if your wife is smart enough, she will take the review off.
I'm gonna take
Yeah,
care of
I mean, like I said, that's her, sort of entitlement that she put in there. Like I said, I cannot influence anyone, or that's everybody's entitled to that. So.
Well, I'm entitled to do what I want to do then, and I don't want to do it. And you have a son to worry about, so I would worry about your son even more. If
What do you
she,
think of that?
well, if I reverse everything, things are going to get worse, not better. Everything that I've done is going to get worse, not better.
You're gonna say that you're saying that you're going
Yeah,
to
because she
remove
basically
what
threw all my
you have
work
done.
down the drain.
Is that a threat that you're gonna remove everything?
No, it's not.
Everything?
See, that's the difference, though. I don't make threats. I keep promises. And what I'm saying is, what she's doing is throwing all my work down the drain that I've done to help you guys with slander. Do you know that legally you cannot slander somebody's name, especially publicly?
Yeah, like I said, Monica, you have to do what you have to do. I'm really busy with what I'm doing now, and like I said, we are pretty much just packing up, ready to go. I got a lot of things on my plate. This is the last thing on my mind. I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen anything, and I'm just going to say that we just need to pack up and get out of this place. That's all, out of this country.
Okay, and it just takes 2 seconds for your wife to remove the review, and I'm gonna give her one chance and one chance only to do it.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's up to her. That's nothing to do with me. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to interfere in that. For me, I'm just going to focus on what I need to do to get out of this place. That's all.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
when you guys came to me, you were very concerned about your family and your family's safety.
You still are. I mean, I still am very concerned about my family because I lost my father. I mean, that's something which is a huge blow for me. I didn't expect that. And now we've lost everything. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, nothing really improved for me personally. It got a lot worse in the last few months, and it's not something with financial, but it's more on all this emotional stress and everything there. So, like I said, I've got to focus on, I've not even thought about all this now, right now. I haven't got the time to think about all this now. My family is more important to me. So, I think I need to focus on how I need to, sort of get my son and my family back across to a country where I know I'm going to be safe.
Okay, well, I hope that you're able to keep your family safe because, like I said, I'm only giving one chance and one chance until the end of tonight. I'm not playing
Yeah,
games
like I said,
anymore.
I'm not. It's not up to me. Like I said,
Okay, well, it is up to me
I'm
to
pretty
reverse
much just
everything.
packing up my stuff as we speak
Not
right
only that, I'm
now.
gonna take legal action.
So we've got this days to.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
tell your wife to be a little smart about it, okay?
No, I think like I said, let's not.
Oh, I hear her voice. Does she have something to tell me? She can get on the phone and talk.
No, look, I think let's just end this call. Let's just finish it up, okay? There's nothing more to talk about anymore. All right. Thank you.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
That's right. I'm gonna take legal action. Watch.